Good evening. This is Shormishta Samanto. Today we are going to learn about market research and its importance, techniques, and data analysis. Now, to know about this, we need to know some basic thing. First of all, what is a market? It is an aggregate of potential customers who share a common need, want, or demand, and who are willing to purchase a product or service. It means a group of people who have the willingness and ability to purchase the product. It might be a group of individuals, it might be a good group of businessmen or individuals or businesses also who has the both ability and willingness to buy. Only ability or only willingness to buy does not uh, is not the definition of the consumer. Consumer must have ability and willingness to buy the product. That means they must have the must be able to pay the money for the purchasing the commodity, or and also they must have the need, and that will be uh, effective. That will be turned into willingness to buy the product. So whenever there is a group or business like this, it form a market. Uh, it is market as per the definition of the in management. It is not exactly what we understand in our day-to-day terms, like a place where daily purchase and sale of commodities goes on. Market in management is something like it is a group of consumer, it is a group of customers who have the ability and willingness to purchase. Nowadays, market can be both in physical location like stores, online platforms, or both can be physical stores, or it can be online platforms like e-commerce site. All of us know that there are different e-commerce site that form where we purchase commodities, goods and services, or we can get goods and service from the stores, be it a um, be it a shopping mall, be it a stalls just beside roadside, just in the roadside, those stalls anywhere. It can be a physical stores or it can be online. Now, research we had studied already, but still just a recapitulation about what research is. It is a systematic and critical investigation onto a phenomenon. It is like it is always systematic. Research cannot be anything haphazard. Research cannot be anything completely out of the track. No, research is very much systematic, step by step, and it is a process of investigation. Why it is happening, we are trying to understand that, or why it has happened. So it is a investigation type of phenomena. It is objective and logical. Always there is an objectives of the research we take up. First hand, we need to set up the objective, then we proceed in our research activity. So there is always objective is there, and always it is something, always there is logic in between that. Why I had set this as objectives and I am doing this research, what is the good effect of this research on the society, on the human beings, and how I can improve the situation over this. It is purposive investigation aiming to describing, interpreting, and explaining an phenomenon. It describes the situation, what it is like. It interprets, like if the situation is wrong, how I will describe it, how much the situation is wrong, how it can be improved. So there is interpretation and there is explanation to the phenomena, what actually the situation all about. Based on it is based on observable experience and empirical evidence. Research is nothing like which anybody cannot observe. It is always something any people can observe that what is actually going on. So it is also depend on the empirical evidence, means from day to day life, from actual incidents we can get the evidence of the research. Now, obviously, next slide is about what is marketing research. Market research. We already know about what is a market, what is research. Now, we are going to talk about market research. It is informed business decision. Market research is an informed business decision, and it is based on businesses, what business is all about. Companies are able to understand customer preferences and market trends. From market research is mainly done by the businesses. It is from the business point of view. So at what time does a market research? First of all, when they want to introduce a new product in the market. If the business want to introduce a new product in the market, if the consumer is going to purchase it, so to analyze that, what is the customer preference, companies does a market research beforehand. So in that case, companies are able to understand what consumers prefer, what are the market trends. Suppose particular for a particular product, demand of that product is going down continuously. So what is the market trend, why the product demand is going down? That type of research done by the businesses are also regarded as market research. Opportunities which make setting strategy much easier in a competitive ecosystem. What are the opportunities with the changed situation? How my business can improve? That is also done by market research. If the situation, suppose during lockdown, there are so many platforms or there are online platforms for online teaching learning process. There are so many developed during COVID. Those all e-learning systems. So they identified the opportunities that during COVID, when students are unable to go to schools or colleges, they can sit at their home and follow this online platform for the education purpose. So that opportunity got uh, noticed by the businesses for their market research purposes, for their through their market research processes. Now there is a textbook Kotler definition is there. Marketing research is a systematic problem analysis, model building, and fact finding for the purpose of improved decision making and control in the marketing of goods and services. Uh, there is a very slight difference between what is a market research and what is a marketing research. Market research is mainly concentrated on the demand of the product, why it is decreasing, when it can increase, whereas marketing research is a whole systematic analysis and systematic analysis, and it goes up to the decision making and control. Means it is an wholesome definition for marketing research. And market research basically a part of marketing research where it is mainly concentrated on the what are the trends, what are the opportunities are there. It is actually market research mainly concentrated with the demand side of the analyzing the demand of the product, whereas in case of marketing research, it is a more wholesome process. Next, let us go to the importance of marketing research. First importance is understanding the target market. Now, what is a target market? Suppose one business is of uh, um, 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 low priced cosmetics. Now, a business produced cosmetics at a very and charge a very low price for that. Now, who can be low to medium price for that? Now, who can be the target consumers for that product? Mostly college going students, teenagers who cannot afford very high range of cosmetics, high price cosmetics, but they can afford a low price to middle range cosmetics from their pocket money, whatever their parents give. From that, they can afford up to a middle level cosmetics brands. So target consumers are those for this uh, uh, middle uh, 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 middle price or low price cosmetics are those college going students or teenagers who can use it daily for going to college uh, or a birthday party of a friend or to tuition center. They can easily put up those and go there, and it is not that expensive, even if they are need to purchase it frequently, but one time they don't have to spend much money on that, and they find suitable for their regular use. So market research first will identify who are the target market, who are the uh, to whom I will sell the product, what kind of product I am selling. On the basis of that, whom I will sell the product. Now, next we need to under this, in order to make identify the target market, we need to identify the demographic and psychographics. Demographics means what kind of, whether my product is meant for the girl student or a boy student, whether my product is meant for the income earning people, or for those students who are still studying, not they don't have much income. So demographic wise, psychographic wise means what are the psychological factor of that particular age group. They want to purchase something very expensive to show off, or they want to just purchase something which is not that expensive, very low priced or middle range product, just to regular use, just to just to use it daily. So we need to identify those demographic and psychographic catalog, those demographic uh, consumers. Next, we need to understand the needs and preferences of the target needs and preferences of the target consumers, like what they actually want to buy, what brand they prefer, what nature of the product they prefer, and why they need that. They need it for the regular basis, or they need it particular for some occasion or like that. So understanding those needs and preferences is also required. Next comes identifying the market opportunities, spotting the unmet needs. There is a hidden need among the consumers for a particular type of goods and service which is not answered till date by any of the business. So can I proceed in that segment, that which is so long not attended by any competitors yet? Identifying emerging trends, that what is going to be the change scenario with the changed social economic scenario, what new type of demand will be there from the consumer side. So we as a market research point of view from the business, that needed to be identified. Now, what are the other importance of market research? It helps in developing effective strategy. Which product to be sold, whether I need to launch a all total new product, or I can modify on the existing product by changing it packaging a bit, changing in composition, launching two more variety of the same product with different perfume and different color, just to cater different age segment in the market. So how the product development can be done? Created target marketing campaigns, how my advertisement, sales promotion will go on. If it is a high priced product, I can go for a all India based TV channel advertisement, television channel advertisement, or I can give advertisement in a newspaper which is circulated in whole of India. So if my product is a very low price middle range product, then I need to target at a local level. In a local language newspaper, we can give the advertisement so that people in the locality can follow that, can purchase that product. Pricing and distribution. Pricing and distribution is all about like market research nowadays will say that consumer will purchase your product, and also it will let you know at what price they will purchase. From a business point of view, it is no longer that you decide your what will be your cost, you adding up a profit, then you charging the price. No, it is no longer such a situation. Now the situation is other way around. It is like you are from the market research, you came to know that your product has a demand, and you came to know also that what consumer is willing to pay for such a product. You try as much as possible to set the price of the product at that range, and then you try to cut down your cost with latest technology, with different skilled manpower employing. You try to cut down the price, cost price as much as possible so that you get a profit. And distribution channel, it also depends on it also be told from the market research that if your product is a long lasting one, you can go for a cheaper way of distribution like wholesaler, retailer, uh, supply, proper chain of market supply chain, you can follow it properly. Or if it is a short shelf life, it will get expired soon. Say, in that case, more a direct distribution channel will be a better one. So that thing will be also told by market research, not only on the lifespan of the product, but also the type of product. Few cosmetics, like they sell directly through sales personnel. You not get those product in your nearby stall, even online. So those, everything is told by the market research, what to do and how to proceed with the situation. Next come measuring the success and measuring the impact of marketing activities. Business is spending so much of money in advertising and sales promotion, so they will like to know what is the effect we are getting for so much of advertisement. So in that case, this market research itself will help in the business to know that how the marketing campaign, how the advertisement is effective, and how the customers satisfied by the product. This is a feedback process, whether the customer is satisfied after purchasing the product or not. This is a feedback process, and this is a very much a part of market research. So a business has to go by this. Next comes staying competitive. Obviously, market research main aim is to keep an eye on your competitor. What is your competitor's next move? You need to monitor it. You need to predict it, anticipate it, that what it can do, what type of technology they are employing, and why. Is they are going to launch a new product? So, and if they are launching a new product, my business sale will come down. So there is uh, always an side vision is always on the competitor, that what they are doing, and we need to be better than them in terms of quality of goods, in terms of pricing of the goods. So market research will help a business to stay competitive. Next comes, we need to know about the techniques of marketing research data analysis. Like, what are the techniques, what are the types of market research we can do. Now, first of all, it is qualitative marketing research. Even research also, any kind of research, there are mainly two types: quantitative research and qualitative research, among others. First, these are the main two types. So in case of marketing research, also qualitative research and quantitative research are the main two types of research. Qualitative research obviously use exploratory purpose. You want to know what is the main cause. You are not interest. Qualitative research is not involved in statistical methods. No, it is, you want to know the reason of the decrease in sales. Like, is a new competitor in the business, in the same type of business, is the economic social economic condition changed. So you want a what I say, you want a picture of what is the situation. Is not anything statistical. You want to know that what is the situation is actually about. It's no figures, no the statistical techniques required for that. Data collected in quality focuses on people opinions, attitudes towards a product or service. It is a more, what I say, more uh, or a more consumer oriented. You asking the consumer that what you like about the product, what you don't like about the product. You are not asking the product consumer that what percentage you liking the product, what percentage you not like the product. No, you are asking what you not like in the product, how in what sector you want the product to be improvised. So so it is more of a opinions and attitude, mainly concentrated on a consumer feedback process. Respondents are generally few in number, and findings cannot be generalized to a whole findings cannot be generalized to a whole population. Now, obviously, if the company is asking about the feedback of the product and it is selling 1,000 units, it is not possible for them to collect data from each of them through all 1,000 consumers to asking each of them. They at most can ask 100 on a random basis. So number of respondents are few, and you can have a general idea. But if you're depending on the sample size you are selecting and the process of selection of the sample, you can generalize to some extent, but it is not exactly 100%. There will be a few gap might be there, but the market research team will try to minimize that gap. No statistics are involved, I already told that. And what are its types? Like focus group, in-depth in the interviews, projective techniques. Focus group is how, like, a group of people will be made sit in a room and they will be shown the advertisement, and then they will be asked that what they can remind after the advertisement got finished. They will be asked that what they can remember from the advertisement, what they like about that portion of advertisement. So this is a focus group technique. Like, once a few people will be made to sit at one place, or might be through online basis also nowadays. So it is like a sample you are taking from the population, and those people will be asked. In-depth interview is one-to-one. You specifically calling one person and asking him a detailed questionnaire. That is in-depth interview, and it can last for hours, and it is totally a subjective situation. And projective techniques, like, you are asking about a particular thing, but you are not letting your sample know that what you are asking about. You are giving them some different figures, facts and figures. You are making them select among different figures, and from that their selection, you are interpreting it in your own way. From whom you are collecting the information, they actually don't know your motive, what psychology they you want to study about them. They knew it's for market research, that you had to let them know, but what psychology you are wanting to know, that they don't know. And but you know that how to proceed. So this is a more or less a psychological technique. Now, obviously, next, the major technique of any research, quantitative techniques, lots of facts and figures, pictorial statistics, everything comes here. Similarly, for market research, in the month of April, we had this much of sales. In the month of May, our sales figure had gone down. In the month of June, we again seeing a rising in sales figure. So all figures involved here. and conclusion on are done on statistical applying statistical formula, that how we can where we are doing better and where we need to improve ourselves. So it is all quantitative marketing research technique, are uh, all facts and figures are involved. It is used to draw conclusion for a specific problem, very specific. Which month of the year our sales is particularly going down? Why? So it is very specific. Test a specific hypothesis and use random sampling techniques so as to infer from the sample of the population. So samples are made, different statistical tools are um, involved. Surveys and questionnaires are the main way of this quantitative marketing research. Next comes observational techniques. Uh, Observational techniques, to some extent, it can be said as qualitative techniques also, because you are not you are not actually going in facts and figures, statistical, but you are observing the situation. From a natural situation, you are actually observing. Your research, marketing research employees are standing in front of the store, and they are noticing for last 7 days that what kind of instant noodles consumers generally prefer to purchase. So it is a observational techniques. The business employees stand in the store and see what kind of coffee people generally purchase during winter, what flavor they prefer, what price range they prefer, what size of the bottle they prefer. So those are observational techniques, not asking anything, standing there and just as a ordinary person, and they observe the situation. So those are the observational techniques of market research. Sometimes it can be regarded as qualitative also, and sometimes figures are involved, in the sense quantification needed to be done, what how many and how, like that. So this can be cross sectionally done, from observation made from one time at a one time, and longitudinally observation made for several time periods each month, like that. Product use analysis, computer cookie tracing. Cookies are used in different websites. They basically trace from which device you are using, and each time they will give you advertisement and pages as per you viewed last, if you agree to those cookies. Now next is experimental technique. It is like things will be put into a artificial situation and they will be monitored. Experimental techniques mainly meant for science related research purposes. So in case of marketing, experimental research technique is, what I say, is more like you are putting your sample, you are putting your um, uh, product in a situation, that is, you are controlling the situation, like you are giving some samples, and you are actually uh, seeing that to same type of products you are giving to a particular person, and asking about that if this perfume is getting more, whether you will like this product more or not. So it is experiment, is something manipulation goes on, taking at a one base point, and then changing the situation, what the prefer, how the preferences of consumer is changing. So that is also a experimental techniques. Experimental techniques more appropriate for science related techniques, but in case of marketing research also nowadays experimental techniques are introduced, like introducing a product for a few days, not at a whole range. Let's see how the consumer is reacting to the product. If consumer reaction is good, then we will introduce on a wholesome basis. then manipulates at least one of the variables to get an answer to a research. uh, One product given, next product, perfume is much strong perfume of the same cosmetic, so same same cosmetic, so whether the consumer is liking it or not. So it is test marketing. Purchase laboratories are there for this kind of marketing technique. Next comes the data analysis portion. Now, after applying so much of research techniques, how I can interpret the data. First, uh, descriptive data analysis. You summarizing, describing the existing data to identifying trends, patterns, and characteristics within the data set. You descriptive wise, you are saying that this product sales is going down. So these are basically, and especially in the winter season, this demand of this product is going down. You are describing it and you are setting the characteristic. Next comes the diagnostic analysis. Why during winter season my cosmetics product demand is going down? Is it causing skin dryness? It is causing any skin irritation, allergies? So why? So that diagnostic analysis is done after you get a descriptive analysis. Diagnostic analysis explores the reason behind the observed trends and patterns to identify the underlying factors. Next, predictive analysis. For past 2 years during winter season, my product demand is going down. So this year also, coming winter, my product demand will go down. So how much the product of the demand of the product will go down, that prediction analysis is there. And obviously next last but not the least step is the prescriptive analysis. Management is concentrated on this analysis only. How what you are prescribing as a market research analyst, what you are prescribing to improve this situation. It provides recommendation and suggestion based on data analysis to optimize the decision and outcomes. During winter, my cosmetics brand demand is going down. So did I need to introduce a cosmetic range with more moisture in it so that it does not cause skin dryness? So this prescriptive analysis will be given here in this kind of data analysis. So these are the 4 ways of data analysis. Now, last pages are some examples of data analysis in market research. Analyzing the web traffic data to understand user behavior and optimize the website design and navigation. How much viewers are there? Like as soon as we are posting the videos on YouTube, we are checking how much views are there. So similarly here, analyzing the social media engagement data to identify the top performing content and understanding the customer preferences. These are different. It can be many. These are just the few. Analyzing the customer feedback data to improve product offering and enhance the customer experiences. Analyzing the sales data to identify top selling product, understand customer purchase pattern. Analyzing the competitors data to identify marketing trends and opportunities. So this much for this presentation. Thank you for your patience listening to me. Thank you to all of you.